telemetry enabled, lap data enabled. So let's see if there's anything else I need to do. On here, I think we're all good to go. So let's have a look down the field then. We'll ride on board with King Burn. I think we'll probably do the first one out to do a lap, maybe not. Go a little bit further down. We'll ride on board with Mr. Gilly 94. He was having quite a few connection issues, hopefully during qualifying. Sorting out some TV things for us. Okay, so tier 2. Where I raced last season. A great tier to be in, full of some very good drivers. Of course, including last year's champion Swanton Bomb. He wasn't moved up to tier 1. He dominated tier 2 last season to a certain degree. I think Viva Fever ran him the closest. It was that battle until the very last race. But we're riding on board now with, I believe it was neutral. Mr. William, that's using tier 1 or tier 2 last season, overly sure. We'll ride on board with him first. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. Let's see how well he can do here on this lap. Testing, 1, 2. Testing. Just trying to sort out some things. Won't be a moment, bear with me. Testing, 1, 2. Perfect. I think we've now sorted out the sound quality there. So 139.037 by Do You Vibe to begin with. Not a bad lap time, but I'm sure he'll be hoping to improve on that nonetheless. We'll move down to, let's have a look, see who's about to cross. And Hybrid with the 138.8, a good lap time from him. Oh, and Mr. Gilly has spun. I don't think he suffered fatal damage there, though. I think he should be okay to carry on. UJGC, another very fast competitive driver in the Aston Martin with the 138.016. Pretty much a 138 dead. He is significantly faster than the rest of the field currently as things stand. But we are still yet to see last season's champion Swanton Bomb and Viva Fever who I'm sure will run him very, very close for P1. Let's go further down the track. We're right on board with Bucky for the time being in the McLaren. Very, very nicely. McLaren does look very nice in the Singapore night. He's been pretty rapid this season so far, Bucky, from what I can tell. He'll be pushing for pole position, I'm sure, in the McLaren. Nicely done on that corner. Onto the next. Beautifully done. He's just about to go around the last chicane. Let's see what sort of lap time he can get here. Does he run slightly wide there? Maybe. A good lap time of 1:39.1 puts him currently in P4, so provisional 4th position for Bucky. We will move down to, let's go F1 Pro Beast. And oh, he's gone in slightly too heavy there. A little bit too quick from him. I don't think this lap time's going to be overly good. And a little bit too quick down there as well. He's having some gear change issues there. He's seems to be changing gear quite fast enough. But heavily really throwing it around those corners. I think he needs to slow down a little bit. Just not happy with his lap time. He's just throwing it into the corners. I'm not too sure. As things stand, UJGC with a 1:38 dead is currently in provisional pole. We'll move to Swanton Bomb now in the Williams. See what sort of lap time he can do. Done around that corner. I'm pretty sure he's usually quite strong around the Singapore track. It's usually too bad on the street circuits. I believe he won last season the penultimate race in Jeddah, which he's always been fairly strong around, before clinching the championship in the final race after a really good battle with Viva Fever. Of course, Viva Fever started quite strong. He won the first race. We'll stick with Swanton as he goes round. See what sort of lap time he can do here. Can he put himself on provisional pole here? Copeland's been disqualified from the session. And it is P2, provisional P2 for Swanton Bomb currently with a 1:38.2. Good lap time, but not quite fast enough to catch UJGC for provisional pole. We'll move down the field. We'll go back to, let's have a look. Let's go to Gatekeeper. He is yet to set a lap time. Let's see what sort of lap he can do here. He's about to go round the final turn. I don't think it's going to be an overly good lap. Yeah, he's already running at a 1:42. P13, provisional P13 for him. At least he's got a lap time, I suppose. Well, actually, no, sorry, that was his out lap. Apologies. Right, didn't come up with that on the screen. Guess I need to wear my glasses. Right on board with Viva Fever in the gorgeous looking Ferrari. As I said, a solid start from him for the season. He did win the first race. We had a little chat, and he did say the competition this year is, or this season should I say, is a lot fiercer than last year, so he was very, very happy to achieve P1 in that particular race. We're right on board with one half of the Mercedes team, VRL Shadow. Seems for the lap time he can produce. Sector 1, not bad. Sector 1 there, pretty good. And Mr. Gilly with a fantastic lap time of 1:38.6. King Byrne, who I believe is tier 3, unless he's been promoted. I'm sure he was tier 3 last season. A 1:38.7. Maybe that's a sure sign he could well be in the wrong tier. Excellent driving from him. He's currently in provisional P4. I'm sure we're going to see some more fast laps. Do You Vibe, an excellent lap time of 1:38.1. Well done to him. Just 1/10 now behind UJGC, and BRL Shadow touching the curb there, touching the barrier. Let's hope that doesn't ruin his lap time. And UJGC smashing the 1:37 mark. He's just produced a 1:37.8. And BRL Shadow really struggling there. We'll move off from him. I don't think he's going to be overly quick. No, he's going into the pits. We'll go back to Bucky in the McLaren. The provisional P8 now. King Byrne may have just crashed out there, perhaps. Can't seem to track him down, but it looks as if he has crashed out. But, he still holds P6. We'll go back to Bucky then, who is on his flying lap. He is 0.2 of a second up though in sector 1. And he's clipped the curb there. He's got to be careful on those tyres. It looks as if Joker has just joined. He is currently P2 in the championship, and that is where King Byrne, I believe, came off the track, as we just saw on Bucky's cam. Interesting to see what Joker can do as soon as he can get in and hopefully set a lap time. There's actually too long left, but hopefully he can set a lap time. Bucky just getting out of the way there. I think his lap time is over. I don't think he'll be improving on this time round. Right on board with Viva F1 Fever. It's a really good name, that one. Actually better than his last name. Certainly more exciting. Definitely not King Kong though, that's for sure. We'll be hoping for a better than the 1:39.3, 1:39.4 closer to. He's certainly quicker than that. I expect him to be breaking into at least the 1:38s, the low 1:38s. BKS Ghost, missed that one. It's now currently provisional P2 with a really good lap time of 1:38.1. I think I agree with Viva F1 Fever. The competition has definitely improved this season. From when I was racing in Tier 2 last season. Nicely done from Viva F1 Fever. This corner very nicely indeed. Let's hope this is a good lap time for him. As I said, a low 1:38's got to be on the target list for Viva F1 Fever. I mean, he can certainly push UJGC for pole as well. Oh, actually, just as I was saying that, I can see that lap time is not good, and he's going into the pit. He is out at the moment. Swanton Bomb is out at the moment. Probably 2.5 seconds over his previous best, so not ideal for him there. I'll be hoping that he can fit in another lap time, that's for sure. Most certainly wants to push for pole. He's going in. He'll be hoping to change those tyres and get back out, I should imagine. We'll go to Mr. Gilly, who's had a bit of a spin there. He was better luck with that lap time. I think maybe he should have pitted and put on new socks. We'll go F1 Pro Beast then for the time being. Again, seems to He's struggling down some of these corners, maybe just heating up his tyres. Too sure. He should be on a flying lap now. We're right on board with King Luke, who's currently in Sector 2. Sharp corner. One of the hardest corners in my opinion. Certainly on this track, but I'm saying the whole F1 calendar. I would go as far as saying this track is one of the hardest ones on the F1 calendar. Certainly one of the more interesting ones to watch. Beautifully done. Let's see what sort of lap time he can do. He's cut that corner. He should still be within track limits. He goes around the final corner flat out. Can he get a 138? He can, a 138.7 that puts him provisional P10. We'll go on to Do You Vibe then. He is down. Yeah, he's slowing down, he's saving his ERS. I think. Looks of things. Yeah, he is, yeah. We'll go back to him in a second. Swanton Bombs on his out lap. I presume Do You Vibe must have had a bad sector 1, which is why he slowed right down. We'll go with Hybrid. Hybrid's got some pace in him, but not this lap. F1 Pro Beast. Let's see the track is in Sector 2 currently. Again, looking like he's struggling in those corners, F1 Pro Beast. Not quite sure why. Maybe there's an issue there, technical issue. It's just from what I'm seeing on the screen, but it looks like he's struggling a little bit for grip down here. Currently at 2 minutes 32. He's not having the best of luck. BRL Shadow's the same over 2 minutes. Gatekeeper, what can he post? It's a 139.5. It's a better lap time, but it's moving up too far. BRL Shadow just starting his flying lap now. Joker is on his flying lap. Have a look, we'll see if we can get to where Swanton is. Swanton, yeah, he struggled there. He's on 2 minutes 20 down there. Unfortunately, he's not going to make it round to do another lap. I think UJGC, unless maybe... Oh, and there has been F1 Pro Beast has put it into the barrier. We'll go back to Joker. Let's see what he can do. We'll stick with him. He's currently P2 in the championship at the moment. 41. That's going to be a good lap time. EKS Ghost looks like he's given up. Red Ghost maybe. He had to set another lap time anyway, so Do You Vibe, maybe he is the last person that can challenge UJGC for that pole position. He's going to have to put in a really good lap to be able to do it. We'll stick with him for the time being. UJGC sets an even faster lap time of 137.2. What an astonishing lap from him. He's really set himself apart from the rest of the field today. If he can keep his race clean and tidy, he'll be a comfortable winner. Do You Vibe quicker through Sector 2 than he was last time. We'll be hoping that he can move into P2 and overtake BKS Ghost. Oh, he's tapped the wall there. Cost him. Don't think too much change. He's tapped the wall again there. His lap time done, unfortunately. We'll go back to Bucky, see what he can do here across the line, and he moves up into P6. A good lap from him. 138.4, yeah, very good lap time indeed from him. And who else is still left to come? That is it. That is our final grid, and UJGC, an absolutely astonishing lap time, gives him pole position in today's Singapore Grand Prix hosted by the UFRL. So So I'll quickly run through the grid if I have time. UJGC in first, BKS Ghost in second, Do You Vibe third, Swanton Bomb fourth, Hybrid fifth, Bucky sixth, Mr. Gilly seventh, King Burn eighth, a great lap time from him, King Luke in ninth, Viva F1 Fever in 10th, F1 Pro Beast 11th, BRL Shadow 12th, Gatekeeper 3756 13th, Roland Gaioni in 14th, and that's all I'm going to have time to do until it moves on to the very next stage. Now remember, there is a 5-minute break. And just reading on Discord here, Ollie Brooks ran out of fuel and he was 4/10 up. Yeah, that's not ideal, mate. Not ideal. But you certainly are correct. UJGC is the nuts. What a lap time from him. Really well done. As Mrs. Poem has also put in there. As always, no dive bombs into turn one. We do not want to see any safety cars out too early. We want to see some good, proper racing, as I'm sure we will, from these very experienced drivers. And I'm back. I have changed the settings ever so slightly in the Twitch. So you should be able to hear my lovely voice a little bit more. Well, the good news is at least everyone seems to have followed the 5-minute break rule. Which certainly helps. UJGC, love this track. I think you must. That was a very impressive lap time. I think he can certainly compete in Tier 1. But we don't want to be moving around drivers too much. I think I would still argue that he's in the right tier. You know, battling up at the top. You don't want to be moving drivers around too much. Yeah, and as he says, after last week, I needed my redemption. I think that's about right. As I said, we don't want to be moving drivers around too much anyway. Let's see if I can get the what sort of lap times they were posting during the race, but I don't think it's up there from Tier 1 yesterday, which is a shame. But whilst we're waiting for the race to start, I might just actually very quickly run through the combined constructors. Oh no, it is about to start. We won't do that. We'll go straight back into the action. Good luck, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic race. Let's hope we see as much overtaking as we can on this tight street circuit. And I think you've got to say that the favourite for today's race has got to be UJGC. I mean, surely. I can't see anyone really being able to catch him. And Swanton Bomb has managed to get himself disqualified there. He's certainly going to have cold tyres off the start. Unfortunately for him, I'm not too sure what happened there. We'll run through what tyres everyone is on. So UJGC, BKS Ghost and Do You Vibe, the current top three, will all start on the hards. Swanton Bomb being different and going on the mediums. A hybrid also on the hards. Bucky on the mediums. Mr. Gilly on the hards. King Burn, King Luke on the mediums. Viva Fever, F1 Pro Beast, BRL Shadow are on the hards. Gatekeeper on the medium. Roland Gaioni on the softs, surprisingly enough. Joker on the mediums, and Copland on the hards. And just looking on the Discord, clutch isn't working on my wheels, says Swanton Bomb. That could be really bad news for him. Let's hope he can get it fixed in time for the race. Of course, it hasn't got long though. You can see on the mini-map, Swanton's poor car is still there stationary. And okay, so just if you're watching and you're racing as well, it looks as if Swanton may have to use AI to start, so do be careful and be mindful that it isn't him actually driving, so just be aware of that. So we are nearly ready. The lights are about to go out. And the Singapore Grand Prix is stuck from the looks of things. And we are go, finally. That was a very strange start. That actually happened to me yesterday in another race. And UJGC looks like he's been tapped from behind and has gone off track. He is now behind BKS Ghost off the start. Do You Vibe is still in third. It looks like it was a good start from BKS Ghost, unless it was him who tapped UJGC, in which case then that will be looked at by the stewards after the race. But it's a good start for the Red Bull. He is currently leading this Grand Prix. Fourth place is quite a way back from third on the medium tyre. Swanton looks as if he's up and running now, which is good news for him. Unfortunately, though, he's dropped from P4 down to P6. We'll ride on board with, let's go to Hybrid. He's not too far behind. Ooh, his front wing, Hybrid's front wing has gone from the looks of things. We'll have to pit for a replacement. That'd be really bad news for him. And Swanton dropping down a few places there. Whether or not he ran wide, he's really struggling here. At the moment he's dropped down to P9. Really not good for him at all. We'll go to BRL Shadow, who might make a move here on Joker, who is his teammate. Joker's had a magnificent start to this race. Let's have a look. Let's see how many positions he's jumped up by. Joker's jumped up 8 positions. What a start from him. That is amazing. Great start to the race from him. And another big gainer on the field is his teammate BRL Shadow, who's risen by 4 places as well. Roland Gaioni also up 5 places, as well as Gatekeeper running in P5 now, jumping up 8 spots in the first lap. So both him and Joker, what amazing starts by those two. Swanton Bomb dropping down to 13th. He's going into the pits. I presume he's got some wing damage. Let's just have a look. Let's just see. Yeah, he's definitely got wing damage there, Swanton. He'll be changing his wing, as has King Burn, as has Viva Fever, as has Hybrid. I'm sure we'll see what went on at the end of the race. Stewards are going to have their work cut out from there, I'm afraid. Let's go to UJGC, who is tracking down BKS Ghost, and he's tracking him down fast. BKS Ghost there, touching that side wall, and he's sticking really close to it, defending his position well. If UJGC can get a good exit out of this one, which he hasn't, seems to have given a place to do you vibe. Whether or not he caused some sort of incident, maybe that was part of the reason behind it. We'll go to BRL Shadow now, who's chasing down his teammate Joker. A bit of in-house fighting here, just like Hamilton and George Russell from the Mercedes. It's probably the closest battle so far, but whether or not team orders will come into effect here, who can tell? We'll go to King Luke in the Haas. Just over half a second behind UJGC, who's back. Yeah, he's now in third, and Do Vibe, and then King Luke setting, and then, oh my word, too many fastest laps coming at once, but Mr. Gilly currently holding it with a 142.7. I don't know what sort of lap times Tier 1 were getting yesterday. Remains to be seen. To Do You Vibe now, who's really rapidly catching BKS Ghosts. DRS should be coming on soon, I should imagine, if it's not on already. Hopefully we'll be able to make a move. BKS Ghosts, maybe down the long straight. BKS Ghosts does seem to be struggling a little bit. Oh, is that a safety car? Or is that a virtual? A virtual. Who is out? Gatekeeper is out of the race. No, it is a full safety car. We have a full safety car on just lap 3. If this will affect anyone's strategy, I would say, especially if you're on the mediums, this could be a slight problem. The hard runners will be okay. If I was King Burn, I would maybe think about pitting. He's on the softs currently. Not really what you want. As is Roland Gaioni. But it's a shame for Gatekeeper. Not too sure what happened. We may find out afterwards. So I mean, this will help the back runners, this safety car, including last season's top 2 drivers, Swanton and Viva F1 Fever, who both suffered front wing damage on the very first lap. I'll be hoping they can really push on for the rest of this race. whilst we're waiting for the race to begin, to restart, sorry, let's have a look. Nobody's got any penalties so far, which is always good. We've got a few people who've had to stop, including Roland Gaioni, BRL Shadow, Hybrid, King Burn, Swanton Bomb and Viva F1 Fever. Go through the position changes. I think this is probably the best part of it so far. And it looks as if Viva F1 Fever has pitted again. Let's just see what tyres he's gone on first. He's gone onto the hard tyres. He's having a real poor race so far. I don't know if that's any issue of his own. No, that's the only thing. And from the sounds of things, Gatekeeper's just said, spun on a corner, then corrected, touched the wall, and then front wheel damage. It's unfortunate there, Gatekeeper. Very unfortunate indeed. We'll quickly just run through the position changes then. BKS Ghost jumped up 1. He started in P2. He's now P1. Do You Vibe jumps up from P3 to P2. UJGC, who absolutely smashed qualifying, has gone from first down to third. He's dropping 2 places. King Luke, a great rise from him. He's risen from 9th to 4th. Mr. Gilly has risen 2 places up to 5th. Joker and Copland, some amazing drives so far. Just 4 laps in, and they have jumped up 9 places on the table. Well done to both of them. Some fantastic driving. Bucky and the McLaren dropping 2 places. F1 Pro Beast rising 2 places. Roland Gaioni rising 4. BRL Shadow rising 1. And unfortunately, Hybrid dropping down 7. Kingburn 5. Swanton 10. Really unfortunate start, especially with the clutch issues at the beginning. And then, of course, losing his front wing on lap 1. And then Viva F1 Fever has also been terribly unlucky. And he's had to pit twice already in this race. And of course, we're on lap 5 of 31. Hopefully he'll be able to get back up that leaderboard. As he is certainly competing for this season's Tier 2. This very long season of Tier 2, I must add. But it should be very exciting. I would argue that it means that should you miss 1 or 2 races during the course of the season, you have more chance of actually winning it. I missed, whilst in Tier 3 in my first season in UFRL, I think I was in P2 until the final 4 races, and I think I missed 3 out of the final 4, which of course really cost me. But with having more races, it should minimise that effect a little bit, unless you're going to get somebody who races every single week, which of course, we hope you do race every single week. So reading in the Discord, I believe it may have been an error from UJGC at the start of the race. With Ollie Brooks mentioning that he's just ruined a lot of people's races. I couldn't see too much wrong off the start. I would have argued he was forced maybe slightly wide. And good news, the safety car is in this lap. We will be ready to go again this lap. Let's hope we get a nice clean start, so we don't have to have another boring safety car out. We'll ride on board with Do You Vibe. He's getting very close to BKS Ghosts. So he's pretty clean so far. Let's go down the grid. Let's go with this one. There's a bit of an interesting battle going on here between the two, Alfa Romeo and the Haas of Copland and Mr. Gilly. Copland's now risen up 10 places. Oh, dear me. Copland and Joker touching there, and they are both out of this race. Not overly sure what happened there, but it did look as if the rear of Copland was definitely whacked there. very surprised we haven't seen another safety car, because that was a big whack. Let's go back to UJGC, who's tracking down the top two currently. No safety car as of yet, which I'm really surprised about. Yet we are on a street circuit, so I think it does reduce itself down a little bit. Yeah, that wasn't good at all between Joker and Copland. We'll see a couple of videos which will explain what happened. But it didn't look good. Mr. Gilly very close behind King Luke. Alfa Romeo trying to chase down the Haas. Let's go back to UJGC. Let's see if he can maybe get an overtake here on this on the pit wall straight. Actually, let's go to King Byrne. King Byrne looking to make a move here on Roland Gaioni, is he? The two Alpines, it looks as if they've obviously been in some form of communication, and Roland Gaioni gets out the way of King Byrne, and he has now moved up into P7 from P8. It's a really close battle between the top four. This is absolutely brilliant to watch. We're right on board with, let's go to UJGC. I think actually it's just overtaken Do You Vibe. Apologies for missing that. I'll stick with it for now. He's looking very quick in that Aston as he chased down BKS Ghost. Also, there isn't too many overtaking points on this track. This is one of them, if he can get a good exit, but it looks as if they both did. Mr. Gilly. Oh, and King Luke is out of this Grand Prix. He is in the wall. And is that a safety car that's out? I think it is. I think it is, or it's a virtual. No, it's a full safety car. We've gone back to another safety car. There's a lot of accidents taking place in this race so far. It's in the cleanest of racing. Another safety car. Not good at all. And that's unfortunate. King Luke was driving really well. Do You Vibe is diving into the pits. Very early to change onto those mediums unless he sustains some sort of damage from that, which I presume he probably has. King Byrne also going into the pits. Yeah, he needs a new front wing. It's the same with King Byrne. I think he also needed a new front wing. It's a shame. It's a real shame. They were both doing well. It won't cost him in the long run. Like the blame game has started in the Discord chat between Copland and Joker. I need to see a couple of videos to really decide what happened there. There was certainly a tap on the back from Joker on Copland, but whether or not there was room left or not, too sure. So we'll soon find out, that's for sure. Hopefully the next safety car restart is slightly better. Hopefully this is the last safety car we have. We've gone from 16 racers down to just 11. Which is really not too good. Mr. Gilly moving up into P3. Accidents have certainly helped him, as well as Bucky. Let's have a look and see who's jumped up the most now. Roland Gaioni jumped up 9 places. Qualifying lap. It's qualifying position, sorry. I'll tell you what, so far BKS Ghost, he's ran a good race. He's kept both Do Vibe and UJGC behind him, following a great start to the race from him, where he jumped from P2 up to P1. Safety car will not be in this lap. I think so Swanton is too far behind in that Williams. He's now running on mediums. Pit stops he's had 2. So BKS Ghost, no pits from him, but of course he's on those hard tyres. UJGC also on the hards, as is Mr. Gilly. Swanton on 2-lap-old mediums. He's had to pit twice, I presume. Bucky on 8-lap-old mediums. Has he had to pit? No, he hasn't. But again, yeah, probably too early, I would think, to pit for the hards. I can understand why he's staying out. I don't think any of us predicted we'd have 2 safety cars in the opening 9 laps of this race, even though it is a difficult track to race on, street circuit. It's actually one of my worst tracks personally. Hopefully the safety car will be in this lap, but I'm not too sure if it will. This one's on slightly too far behind at the moment. The safety car is in this lap either. No, I think we're going to have at least one more. Pretty sure it'll be in this lap, and then hopefully we can get 21 laps of pure racing. I still predict that UJGC, if he can get around BKS Ghosts, will go on and win this race. Just thinking he's that much quicker than everyone else out on this track. He's already said that it's one of his favourites. Would make sense, but he is regularly very, very impressive and very, very quick. I know from racing with him last season, I couldn't keep up with him on many occasions during the season. Good to see Viva Fever moving back up the race. He's up into P7. He'll be hoping for some good points today. I think he'll certainly take a top 5 finish from where he qualified. I think he qualified in P10, so if he can get in the top 5, which is very much on with the amount of cars that we're losing per lap here. Hopefully we get another clean restart. It's clean off the line. The second corner was when Joker and Copland came into each other, and unfortunately resulted in both of them DNFing this race. Mr. Gilly at the moment looking as if he's in AI mode, and the safety car is in this lap. We can finally begin the racing again. We'll ride on board with Mr. Gilly to begin with. Let's see how the top 3 do. Hopefully he can get himself back from AI mode, unless he's got some sort of connection issue. I know he has had connection issues all day. I can't see anything on my thing. as we come around the final few corners, and this race is about to restart. BKS Ghost backing up the pack, and he is away. It's nicely done from him, but UJGC, that's about the same. About the same. And F1 Pro Beast has been overtaken by his teammate Viva Fever, and there could be contact here between the Williams of Do You Vibe and King Burn and F1 Pro Beast. But F1 Pro Beast wisely moving out the way. Swanton Bomb moves up into P10, overtaking BRL Shadow off the start. And Bucky overtaking Mr. Gilly there. I think Mr. Gilly may be in AI mode here. He looks that way. He is certainly ghosting anyway. And Roland Gaioni now moves into P4 as well. We'll go back to UJGC for the battle for P1. Both of them taking that corner very well. BKS Ghost defending so well so far during the course of this race and keeping two very, very quick drivers behind him. Both getting away quite well there. Oh, we have another safety car. BRL Shadow is out of this race. We are down to just 10 drivers from 16 after just 11 laps. Absolute carnage. Another safety car. Certainly not been the most exciting races so far, due to these persistent safety cars. The settings, not even on the top level, sorry, I don't know how to explain it, the top level of safety cars. And BKS Ghost now pitting. He is going on to the medium compound tyre. Oh, and he's, oh goodness me, he's suffered front wing damage as well. Bucky also pitting to go onto those hards, and that could really have cost BKS Ghost his race by having to go onto those mediums so early, because he's going to have to stop again at some point. That's a shame. He was racing incredibly well. I'm not really sure what happened. The looks of things, BRL Shadow may have just crashed on purpose. Of course, not what we want during the season. Yeah, not good at all. BRL Shadow, if that is the case. We certainly don't want that during our races. So let's run through the final top 10 then, following 6 DNFs. UJGC back into first place on 11 lap old hards. Roland Gaioni, who's having a fantastic race, has moved himself up into second place with 8 lap old hards. Mr. Gilly also having a brilliant race. And, he is currently in the final podium position of P3 on 11 lap old hards. Viva Fever moving himself up the field very, very nicely indeed. He's on 9 lap old hards in P4. Do You Vibe suffered some front wing damage. He was running in P2, I believe, at the time. But he's managed to work his way up to P5. He's doing quite well. A good recovery from him. He is on 4 lap old mediums. King Burn up into 6th place. I believe he is from tier 3 as well. So doing very, very well. Certainly more than capable of holding his own in tier 2. He is on 4 lap old hards. F1 Pro Beast on 11 lap old hards. He's on P7. Swanton Bomb, he's had a lot of issues during the course of this race. Currently running in P8. I think he'll take anywhere in the points today. He's running on 6 lap old mediums. Bucky, he's in P9. 1 lap old hards now. He's just changed onto the hards. And BKS Ghost, who was leading the race for 11 laps and doing a great job at it, but has unfortunately dropped down to P10. He suffered some wing damage. I believe it was during the safety car. I'm not too sure what happened, but he's had to switch onto the mediums. They're 1 lap old, but there's absolutely no way he'll be able to run them to the end, so he will have to stop again. He'll be hoping there's another safety car, that's for sure. It looks as if Mr. Gilly has been kicked out, so I'm just going to try and invite him back in. Let's see if we can get him back in. And Mr. Gilly, just to let you know, I have sent a request for you to come back in to the race. Let's see if Mr. Gilly's back in. No, it doesn't look as if he is. I'm going to send him another friend request. Let's just see if... not a friend request, a game request. Let's see if we can get him back in and back racing. As he's doing incredibly well. Hopefully Mr. Gilly can get back in. And apologies, we are back to racing. I seem to have missed that. And the safety car is back in, I believe. Yeah, I can't see it out on the track. So we are back to racing. Roland Gaoni moving up into P2. Mr. Gilly is currently racing. Swanton Bomb up into P5, doing very, very well in his recovery drive. BKS Ghost also doing really well and making the move on Swanton down the straight. Can he make it stick? And there was definitely a bit of a smash there. Not ideal. I don't know if Swanton suffered front wing damage there or not. BKS Ghost luckily not losing too much there. He's back up into... and I believe there is another safety car. And Kingburn is out of this race, and we have another safety car. Okay. It's fair to say this race has been quite difficult to commentate on, with the number of safety cars that are currently out. Let's have a look. Let's see. So Do You Vibe has gone in and pitted for softs. I presume then he must have suffered with some form of front wing damage. Viva Fever is also pitting. Or has pitted. Yeah, he has pitted. He's coming back out on 2-lap-old mediums. UJGC is going to... may try and push those mediums to the very, very end. Not too sure if he'll be able to do that. 16 laps to go. We're not even... we're just about halfway through the race, and we have lost 7 drivers. We just have 9 remaining, But at the moment, Roland Gaioni leading the race. He is in P1. He's had a very good drive. Mr. Gilly's AI is in P2. Doesn't seem to be able to get back in the race, unfortunately. Bucky working his way back up into P3 on 3-lap-old hards. He's in good contention to win this race, you know, Bucky. He could run those hards to the end, maybe. But I don't see why he couldn't. Roland Gaioni's definitely going to have to pit at some point. As will BKS Ghost, I suspect. Can't see him running their mediums to the end. Swanton would certainly have to pit. He's on 9-lap-old mediums. Do You Vibe would definitely have to pit because he's on softs. Viva Fever again, he'll have to pit as well. He's dropped down to 9th. I think there was an incident with King Byrne. Crashed under safety car into the back of Viva Fever. Has admitted fault there though on that occasion. Yeah, to be honest, I think my prediction at the moment, UJGC, I mean, he's definitely going to have to pit again, surely. Well, I suppose actually under the safety car, he may be able to get them to the end. Less fuel as well. Possibly. I mean, I would say Bucky is probably in pole position to win this race though, currently. I mean, I'd like to hope with just 9 drivers remaining, we won't have any more safety cars. Wait and see. I'd like to hope there wouldn't be any more. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. I think the top 2 favourites to win it though, they've got to be Bucky and UJGC. I can't see anyone else unless something major happens, really taking the fight to him. I mean, Roland Gaioni's definitely going to have to pit. There's no doubt about it. I think the safety car's done more laps than the actual Formula 1 cars. They certainly can't be far off anyway, but the safety car is in this lap. Roland Gaioni will be leading out of the first corner. He shouldn't be under any threat from Mr. Gilly, who's under the AI. But Bucky may cause him some problems. He's certainly got fresher tyres, and I would expect him to pass him fairly quickly, just because of those fresher tyres. But of course we won't have DRS for 3 or so laps. So if we make it that far, if we make it without having to go through another safety car scenario, Swanton's really going to have to push those mediums as far as he can go before maybe in the end just whacking on a set of softs. And we're back underway. I'm going to stick with Bucky for the time being. Actually, let's go BKS Ghost, who is tracking down Bucky. Let's see if we can get him here. Nope. Bucky running ever so slightly wide. These drivers have got to remember their tyres will be cold. BKS Ghost is looking to make that pass down the outside. Keep it clean, yes they do, and Bucky drops back. Nice clean racing, and BKS Ghost is up into 3rd place on the 5-lap-old mediums. He's got 14 laps left to run them if he can get them to the end. So they'll be 19 laps old by the time this race is over, if he can run them to the end. And, BKS Ghost now goes past the AI of Mr. Gilly, and he will now be hunting down Roland Gaioni for P1. He's on fresher mediums. Roland Gaioni on 13-lap-old hards. BKS goes 5-lap-old mediums. Can he get him on the next straight? He's a little bit slower out of that exit. Can he get him down this straight? Of course, there will be no DRS, but he has got quite a large sum of ERS. And Viva Fever is out of this race. We are down to just 8 cars, and we have another safety car. Goodness me. This is just going to be like the America track when there was just 6 drivers racing all them years ago. It was just the Bridgestone runners by the end of this race, and Roland Gaioni wisely going into the pits. He should, I would have thought. Let's have a look and see who's pitted, how many stops everyone's made. Yeah, Roland Gaioni making his first pit stop, I believe. Yeah, he's chucking on the medium, so it's got to be his first. Mr. Gilly, the AI, is also pitting. I'll tell you what, just by staying in this race, you guaranteed some good points. UJGC back up into third now. Bucky up into second. BKS goes first. Just by staying in this race, you've guaranteed yourself some good points. Which I'm sure will be pleasing to some of the drivers, but perhaps not so much to our fans at home. Who would have liked to have seen some racing rather than some safety cars. Bucky has just informed me that he has got floor damage. So that could certainly cause him some trouble, but hopefully he can at least hold out for a podium. That may have been why he backed off from BKS Ghosts. It certainly didn't seem like he was really putting up too much of a battle, too much of a fight. That's probably the reason as to why. Wise move, in all honesty. But he's driven very, very well, considering he's got an orange floor, or orange damaged floor. He has got an orange floor, perhaps, in the McLaren, but his floor is damaged. Yeah, Bucky just saying in the Twitch, yeah, he was loads, he was faster. I just want to finish. Fair play to you. I don't blame you at all. Okay, so hopefully the safety car will be back in fairly soon and we can get the last 12 laps or so of racing back underway. We've got 8 drivers left. I'm really hoping, yeah, safety car is in this lap. Hopefully now we can finish the race with no more safety cars. That'd be great if we can do that. Let's keep it together. Let's enjoy the final 12 laps of racing. So I really hope that Bucky can keep himself in the top 3. he has raced incredibly well with that floor damage. But I'd argue BKS Ghost, I think he deserves P1 at the moment. He's raced really well, defended really well, and of course moved himself back up into first place. And you never know, with another safety car, he may be able to run those mediums to the very end. And as I said, they're going to be 19 laps old, but we're back underway in the Singapore Grand Prix following that safety car. UJGC all over the back of Bucky here. Will he make a last-ditch move? Mr. Gilly moving past Roland Gaioni. I believe that is the AI of Mr. Gilly. UJGC, and it's slightly wide from Bucky. Will he defend? No, he's going to give the place up. I presume that's due to the floor damage, I would suspect. Do You Vibe is also going to try and make a move here on Bucky. This is really unfortunate. Do You Vibe is not going to be able to run those softs to the very end. Oh, and they have touched, but they have both managed to come away cleanly. Bucky moving out of the way of danger there, I feel. He's slightly aggressive there, but he has got the position, Do You Vibe. He knows he's got to move up as quickly as he can. Swanton Bomb now chasing down Bucky on 14 lap old mediums. He surely can't run them to the end, can he? Surely, 14 laps old. He's got another 11 laps to do. They will be 25 laps old by the end. I'm sure he's going to come in with about 7 or so laps remaining. Hit the softs. We'll be a long way back from now. Imagine we'll get any more safety cars, will we? Surely. Roland Gaioni on 2 lap old mediums, starting to catch Swanton here. Extra tyre will help him succeed in that challenge. One Pro Beast on 19 lap old hards. He's trying to run them for as long as he can, I presume, again to maybe pit for those softs. UJGC setting the fastest lap of the race as he chases down BKS Ghost, who will surely wait until the DRS becomes available unless there is a mistake from BKS Ghost. He's got fresher tyres. He should be able to run them to the end now, I would think. He should be able to get 17 laps or so out of these. 16 laps out of these. Like Swanton's already got 15 out of his mediums, so he should be able to at least run them to the end. Perhaps not so fast. So he should be able to get to the end. And I would say BKS Ghost has got to do the same now. He's just got to defend for his life here in the pursuit of that first place. And Swanton has moved up. Oh, and there is a collision there. There is touch. There was touch there. Swanton giving the position back to Bucky, and Mr. Gilly, the AI, also goes through. Fair play to Swanton there. He's given the position back. There was contact between the pair of them. And he's going to try and make a move again here now. He's going to get around the AI of Mr. Gilly, I suspect, on the next one. Not that it really matters anyway. We'll stick with Swanton for the time being as he chases down Bucky on those 9 lap old hards. But of course Bucky has suffered with some damage. We'll go to UJGC, who is tracking down BKS Ghost. It's going to be a real battle between these two. They've both got to keep it clean though. And DRS has been enabled. We should see some overtaking now. Swanton Bomb nearly thinking about making a move on Bucky there, and he has done now from the looks of things. Yeah, he goes around Bucky and up into P5 for Swanton Bomb. We'll go back to UJGC. We'll see if he can make a move on BKS Ghost. With the DRS on. No, not this time around. He's got quite a bit of ERS stored. Got half a battery life. He'll be using it down that long straight. I think he will. If he can get a good clean exit, he'll make the pass. And the battle will continue the rest of this race, I'm sure. Mr. Gilly, the AI, is in the pits. It's getting very close to him here. Who's going to get the better exit though? That's what's important out of this one. It looks like UJGC may have a slightly worse exit it there? Yeah, he has. BKS Ghost really pulling clear there. He's defending so well. He's doing really, really good. At this moment in time, he is my driver of the day, BKS Ghost. Just how well he's defended. Oh, and there is a slight twitch there, though. But he's lucky it's where it was. No real room for UJGC to even think about an overtake there. We'll stick with this one for now. This is an intriguing battle between these top two drivers. DU Vibe is going into the pits. Oh no, sorry, Roland Ione. Oh no, it is DU Vibe. DU Vibe is in the pits. He's coming off of those softs. He's dying already after just 8 laps. They don't last too long, as expected. He's got the DRS open, UJGC, but he has not got that straight line speed. And I tell you what, BKS Ghost not really touching his ERS. He's still got 79% battery power. He must be running a really, really fast setup. It's not so much built for the corners. He's being able to defend off of UJGC so well. Swanton Bomb up into P3 then. He's on 17 lap old mediums. He's managed to go around Roland Ione on the 5 lap old ones. F1 Pro Beast up into P5, overtaking Bucky there. We'll go back to UJGC. This incredible battle for first place. I can imagine that BKS Ghost is sweating right now, but he's driving superbly in keeping this guy behind him because he was so quick during qualifying UJGC. He's got the DRS open. He can't make a move though. BKS Ghost is just so quick down those straights. As I said, I'm not sure how he's doing it, especially when he's barely touching that battery. Bar any mistakes, I think BKS Ghost could have this race. Oh, but UJGC, maybe I spoke too soon. He's going to try and make a move down the outside here. BKS Ghost defending brilliantly again. Superb driving from the Red Bull. The Aston Martin must be so frustrated now and using a hell of a lot of his battery as well. He's now down to 25% power. BKS Ghost using a little bit there. He's gone from about 80 down to 70, so not even that much. But it was a very good exit by UJGC. We'll go to Roland Ione now, who's catching back up with Swanton in the Williams. I may look to make a move down that straight. And the DRS is open. Can he make a move on Swanton here? Let's have a look. Swanton, I reckon, he's going to try and push those mediums to the very end. I think his best bet now is to defend. He's not going to be able to catch the top two because they've got newer, fresher tyres. He's now just got to defend and hope those tyres make it to the very end. If there's one person that can do it, it's certainly him. I remember one year, I think it was a race at Azerbaijan, he ran his tyres up until about 90% or something like 94%. They were at breaking point, let's put it that way. I'm sure if there's anyone who can do it, the last season's Tier 2 and the previous season's Tier 3 champion can do it again. The closest battle we have so far is the battle for P1, which is always good in Formula 1. There's a battle between these two excellent, fantastic drivers. I mean, they could certainly hold their own in Tier 1, there's no doubt about it. But we do love having them here in Tier 2, that's for sure. These two have been world class today. And it's fair to say, there was talk of some issues with UJGC at the beginning of the race. But that's been very clean, and that's a great exit from UJGC. Can he turn on that DRS? And can he get the DRS down? Will he be able to make a move? He's going to try and get the inside. No, he decides to correctly back out there. Been a major dive bomb had he have done that. Let's go to Roland Gaioni. Let's see if he makes a move on Swanton now. He's got the DRS. Doesn't have too much ERS though. He's using it either. No, he's going to wait. UJGC getting right up the tail end of BKS Ghosts with just 6 laps remaining. It's anyone's guess who's going to win this race. Certainly got to be one apiece too, unless they take each other out. I mean, hopefully not, because this race has already had enough DNFs as it is. And at least everyone's going to be able to score some good points today. And that's certainly one positive to come out of it. Very nicely indeed. Roland was starting to drop off a little bit from Swanton. But can he make a move here? This is where he tried last time. He's going to try the same thing again. And BKS Ghost, will he be able to defend it? It's neck and neck going around that corner. UJGC has the inside line. Will they touch? No, it's excellent driving from both of them. BKS Ghost moves himself back into P1 though. Great driving from the both of them. Nice and clean, very well executed. That, my friend, is UFRL Tier 2. Fantastic driving from these two world-class drivers. Absolutely fantastic. Mr. Gilly, the AI, moving up into P6, overtaking F1 Pro Beast. I think that's possibly because he's just pitted for a new set of softs. We'll go to Roland Gaioni now, who might make a move up the inside. Nearly touch. Nearly touch, and Swanton should be able to keep the position now on the straight. He's got a cleaner exit. It was nearly a nice move by Roland Gaioni, the current Tier 2 champion. Going back to UJGC. He's desperate to make a move. I kind of feel as if he should maybe wait, store up some ERS, make a move down that same straight that he got so close to doing it on last time. Just stick behind him, build up some ERS. Maybe make a move on the last couple of laps or something. This race hopefully will go down to the wire. It's been a much better ending than beginning, that's for sure. Oh, UJGC, no! He has received a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He is going to have to make a move now very quickly. Otherwise, this race is over. He's going to have to start taking some risks here. He's going to have to try and outmaneuver him somehow try and put him off. Otherwise, this race is over. This race will be BKS's Ghost race, and you can't say he doesn't deserve it. His defending work has been immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. Will he be able to make a move here, UJGC? He's got to make a move here. He's really got to get round him. That 3-second time penalty is going to destroy his race. I don't see how he can win it now. I really don't. I think that's his race done, unless there is an incident with BKS Ghosts. I think that is his race done. Swanton Bomb defending superbly from Roland Gaioni, who himself has had a terrific race. I just want to see how many positions he's jumped up, Roland Gaioni. Yeah, 10 places. Wow. What a race from Roland Gaioni. And he has every possibility he could get himself a podium finish here. Every possibility. Fantastic driving from you, sir. Absolutely brilliant. And I don't think BKS Ghost got the best exit there. But he's planted his car in the middle, as he should. And he's defended it well. It hasn't cost him at all. DRS open. ERS activated. Can he make the move here? I think he's too far back. BKS Ghost has plenty of ERS left in the tank. He's just got to keep him behind him. And then in all honesty, do I see him pulling away 3 seconds in 3 laps? No, I don't. I can't see any other outcome now unless there's a major incident here with BKS Ghost, which I really hope there is not. He's raced so well today. We'll go back to Roland Gaioni. Apologies for just switching between these two battles. These are the only ones that are really interesting currently. I mean, there's not really too much from anyone else at this moment in time. And they both enter and exit those corners brilliantly. And you've got to remember, Swanton Bomb is doing a great job in P3 on those mediums that really must be suffering. He is doing a world-class job. And Gaioni's got his DRS open. Swanton's too far ahead, yeah. This track is renowned for being extremely difficult to overtake on. And we are certainly seeing that today, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, I do feel slightly sorry for UJGC. He is the quickest round this track. There's no getting away from it in Tier 2. He proved that in qualifying. But you cannot argue with BKS's Ghost defensive work. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely fantastic. UJGC has got no answer to this currently. No answer at all. It is clean, it is cool, it is calm and collected from BKS Ghost. You see, if that was me in the driver's hot seat, I'd be sweating, I'd be panicking, but there is no sign of that from the Red Bull driver. Absolutely sensational stuff from him. Really top draw. And it's the same with Swanton. Same with Swanton. He's defended so well from Roland Gaioni. Really good driving. I think drivers of the day, I think you can only really say the top four. Maybe Bucky in there as well. The only reason why I say Bucky is because he's suffered with floor damage and just keeping it in the race. He's done incredibly well just to do that. F1 Pro Beast as well, he's done well, up 6 places. And Roland Gaioni making a move up the outside of Swanton. He has got him. And that is P3 now for Roland Gaioni. Swanton could not keep him behind any longer. I'm not surprised on the tyres that he is currently running on. Let's have a look, see how many laps he's done. 23 laps on mediums. I mean, it was impressive that he kept him behind him for as long as he did. But Roland Gaioni, at the moment, in line for a podium finish. Absolutely sensational from him. He has moved up 11 places. I know we've had a lot of DNFs. I know we've had a lot of safety cars. But you cannot argue at how well this man has driven tonight. Or woman. Apologies, I'm not overly sure. But how well Roland Gaioni has driven today. He's been absolutely stupendous. A real solid drive from him. Is he my driver of the day? It's between him and BKS Ghost, absolutely, but I think you've got to give it to him. I think you have. I think jumping up 11 places and taking a podium position, I don't think there can be any doubt, can there? Surely not. Trying to see if there's any more battles. It's only really a battle now for first, but obviously with that really unfortunate 3-second time penalty for UJGC, it's really ended this as a contest, unfortunately. I mean, we may see Mr. Gilly's AI pass DU Vibe, I hope not. Not that it'll really matter anyway, as Mr. Bucky will be increased to P7, I believe. Oh, and UJGC thought about it then, changed his mind. I think it's probably wise. There's no real need to overtake him now. I can't see him being able to pull 3 seconds away on the last lap. Unless he can make him panic, which it certainly doesn't look like that's going to happen. UJGC using up all his ERS and DRS here to try and maybe make one last ditch move. No, it's not going to happen. This has got to be BKS's Ghost race now. He has raced superbly today in that Red Bull. He's just got to keep it cool, calm and collected now and see that Red Bull across the finishing line. Now you see, I would ask the winner of the race to join me in a party for a brief chat, but it didn't work last week, so I haven't really had time to mess around with the Twitch, so I won't attempt it this week. But maybe somebody who normally runs tier 2 comms, perhaps I'll have a chat with BKS Ghost next week, maybe before the race, something like that. That would be a great thing to happen. Was there a touch there, or was that BKS Ghost lagging slightly? I don't think it really matters now though anyway. Oh! I think there's definitely a connection issue there. Every time it looked as if it was BKS Ghost, UJS, crashing into the back of him. But here is today's winner, BKS Ghost, qualified in P2, defended for his life to secure P1. A magnificent drive from him. Top draw. UJGC, today's driver, the Aston Martin, who finished on pole position, only manages to take second place. Roland Gaioni taking a magnificent P3, rising up 11 places. What a performance from him today. Absolutely world class. Swanton Bomb taking P4, a magnificent drive from him, especially considering 26 lap old mediums. Unbelievable. What a drive from him. F1 Pro Beast taking P5, another good drive from him. He jumps up 6 places today. A disappointing race for Do You Vibe. I thought that he was really going to challenge for first. I think he may have run into a few issues during the course of the race. We'll find out afterwards. Do You Vibe, I think he must have had a spin or something. Yeah, he has. Do You Vibe has had a spin and he's going to finish P8. Bucky up into P6. So they're finishing P7 technically, as Mr. Gilly unfortunately disconnected from the race. I knew he had issues before. But yeah, the game is given. Roland Gaioni, driver of the day, and I think rightly so. What a performance from him. A real top draw drive. I'll run through the listings with you once more after the podium, where BKS Ghost deservedly takes first place. A magnificent drive from him and some real good points for that Red Bull team. Well, it was an interesting race, let's put it that way. We didn't have many people finishing. Certainly a lot of clips going into the tier 2 incident page, which I will take a look at afterwards. It'll be interesting to see what happened there. But yeah, top 3, top 4 drivers were all magnificent today. They did absolutely fantastic. But we'll run through the final finishing. So BKS Ghost in the Red Bull in first place. UJGC taking that second step on the podium in the Aston Martin. Roland Gaioni starting in 14th, rises up to 3rd, taking P3. Swanton Bomb in the Williams in P4. F1 Pro Beast P5. Bucky P6, a great drive from him. And Do You Vibe, who will take P7 and the fastest lap of the race as well, as Mr. Gilly unfortunately had connection issues which forced him out of the race. But a great race. The second half of the race anyway. The first half, not so good. But I've been your host. I've been King Kong. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. And I look forward to seeing you all again for Tier 4 action on Thursday. And I believe Viva Fever will be hosting you tomorrow in UFRL's Tier 3 race. Many thanks. Take care. And good night all.